Welcome back Pokefans to part 8 of my Pokémon Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke challenge. Last episode we made our way to Veilstone City, and in this episode we are gonna be challenging the Veilstone City gym. So this is gonna be our third gym, and here are my team members. As you can see, everyone is around level 30 and I think that's pretty good. I'm really excited for this gym battle, especially since this gym is actually a fighting type gym. Anyway, now that we are here, let me quickly go ahead and challenge all the trainers here in the gym, just to make sure that I'm at least a level or two higher than the gym leader. Anyway, here we have our first trainer who has a Machoke, and I think this is the first time we're actually seeing one. Quite good for the data in our Pokédex. As you can see, I'm still using my Meditite, and I decided to just use it until the end of this episode. I mean, Meditite is quite helpful, especially since this is a fighting type gym. And since it's part fighting type, I think it does resist most of these moves. Anyway, I still feel like another Meditite is the only Pokemon that I can't really use my Meditite on. So I might have to actually switch in my Staravia in that case. But over here, I did decide to bring out Thunder. He does have Bite, and that should actually help us over here. Other than this, in this episode, we'll also go ahead and go forward to the other routes. Anyway, here we have the Meditite, and as you can see, I did take Thunderbolt to Thunder over here. That will actually help me a lot. I would definitely recommend you guys to go ahead and buy all the TMs that are present in the store here in Veilstone City. Even though you're going to be switching out a few Pokemons in the future, you can still come back and get those really good TMs. Anyway, it seems like we do have a lot of trainers in this gym, and it seems like most of them have around 2 to 3 Pokemons. So this is going to take some time, but they do tend to have around the same Pokemons as everyone else. Usually it will be Machoke, you have Machoke and I guess Meditite. It's only the gym leader who will have I guess Lucario, which is quite nice to see. And you won't be able to get one until you go to the Iron Islands, and that is actually quite far. I really like Lucario, and I think we can actually get one in our playthrough as well, but it's gonna take a long time, and I'm not really sure if I want to wait that long to get a team member. Now this actually reminds me that I do have a Bronzor, and I could have actually switched it in as well over here, just to make sure I had a few level ups, but I guess I forgot. I guess we can actually train it up from the next episode. Anyway, seems like this trainer did have 2 Machoke, so this is really good. Machokes really give us a lot of EXP, and that will actually help me level up my team members as well. Alright, finally Manferno is at level 30. Now I can also use Manferno in this gym battle. I'm planning to use him as well, but I'm not really sure. We'll see. I mean, we do have Staravia as a backup Pokemon other than Meditite. Staravia I'm not been really using because it is kind of in a high level, and I don't really want it to over level from the other trainers or the other team members in my team. Anyway, we do have a small bit of puzzle in this gym as well. Unlike the first 2 gyms where we didn't really have too much puzzles, I mean they were quite straightforward. Felt like it was a bit difficult for me to navigate through with this gym, especially with the boards that are actually blocking the way. You do have to push them in a certain direction in order to, clear up the path completely. And I did find that if you do go outside in the middle of this gym, like once you have defeated all the trainers, if you do go back out of the gym, it will actually reset, which is kind of bad. I wish they wouldn't have resetted it every time we go out. because it's just you doing the same moves every single time. And I haven't really seen that work in the other gym. I do remember when I went through my last playthrough, I had actually gone out in the middle of the gym. That was for the 4th gym, and it really didn't reset anything over there. And I'm not sure if it's only the thing with this gym or maybe it did happen for the other one and I really don't remember. But it's a bit frustrating because sometimes you might have to actually go back to just heal up your team members. Anyway, this here is the last gym trainer for this gym. It seems we only have 5 gym trainers and I'm just trying to defeat all of them before I go back and heal my Pokémons. Anyway, we are at a good level and I think the gym leader should be around level 30. Alright, this trainer has a second Machoke, which is pretty good as Machoke does give us a lot of EXP. And we are able to take it down. This is mostly because I have taught Psychic to Meditite over here. I might have to buy that TM once again just for the sake to have a backup. But other than that, seems like he has a Machop whom we can actually easily take care of. But I do have to go back and heal my team member. As you can see, Psychic PP is only 3 out of 10. Anyway, now that we have defeated this last gym trainer as well, I'll quickly go ahead and heal up my team members and be back soon. Alright, here we are, and it did take me some time, but here are my current team members. They are mostly at level 31 and I'm quite confident that we can actually win this gym. I guess the gym battle. Anyway, here is Maylene, who is the gym leader. And let's see how this goes. Alright, Maylene should have 3 Pokemons. And I did believe the first one would be a Meditite, which was right. It's a good thing I did go ahead and switch out Starivia in the beginning. This should actually help me a lot. In the beginning, I did want to use my Meditite, but Meditite doesn't really have any flying type moves. So I think this was the best. And we have taken it down in one hit. Alright. That was pretty good. Let's see which Pokemon is next. And it's a Machoke. Alright. I guess we can actually go ahead and switch out to a Meditite. It does have Psychic and should be able to take care of the Machoke in one hit. Unless it is at a higher level. Alright, the Machoke is at level 27, so it shouldn't really stand any chance. But let's see. Okay, it did not go down in one hit. That's fine. I think we should be still able to take it down. It did for some reason use Rock Tomb. I'm not really sure why. But of course she goes for a Hyper Potion. Now, this I think is the first time we're seeing a gym leader really use any kind of potion items to heal up their team members. Thankfully, we were able to take it down in the second hit. That is pretty cool. And here comes Maylene's ace Pokemon, which I have been a bit worried about. I did decide finally to just go ahead and use my Monferno and see how it goes. Now, Lucario does have a ground type move, so if it is faster than my Monferno, then I think I might lose my Monferno over here. But Monferno is the only Pokemon that can actually take down this Lucario in one hit, so let's see how that goes. I did decide to go ahead and use Flamethrower as it's much powerful. And thankfully we did go first. Alright, we were able to take down the Lucario in one hit, so that was pretty cool. I was a bit worried where I thought Lucario might be faster, but it seems like my Monferno is faster after all. I'm really happy that we had such an easy gym. So finally we are getting our third gym badge. Seems like a long time since we got our second gym badge. So this is actually really cool. I'm really happy that we are getting our third gym badge as well. There is one thing I did forget, and that is to clean up my 2 badges. So if you see my badge, it is looking really dirty. I might have to actually go ahead and just clean it up, at least before the 4th gym. As you might know, the 4th gym is quite closer. It's not as far as the distance that we had between the the 2nd badge and the 3rd one over here. So we should be fairly, fast be able to go to Pastoria City. At least that's what I think. That's where we're going to be going next. Anyway, there is one more thing to do before we leave Veilstone City, and that is to help Lucas over here. You might remember that he did tell us to get the 3rd badge yesterday, and he did want our help, so we are going to be going ahead and helping him out. Now, just before going to help Lucas, I did go ahead and heal up my team members. And here we are. Let's quickly talk to him. And it seems like we are going to be having a double battle with Lucas against the Team Galactic members. I think this is the first time we're actually battling with Lucas over here. And I guess this is the first time we're going to get to see his Pokemons as well. And thankfully it seems like Team Galactic as usual has Bug-type Pokemons. But this is actually much better as they give us a lot of EXP. Again, another mistake over here is keeping my Meditite up in front. I'm not really sure why I did that. Beautifly over there did use Air Cutter and almost took down my Meditite. That was really risky. I thought that, Dustox might hit my team member, so I thought Meditite would be going down, but we were quite lucky over there. Anyway, I think it's time to actually switch out some other Pokemon. Maybe Staravia or Monferno, because I'm not keeping Meditite over here. Even though Beautifly is asleep, I really don't trust this AI. Anyway, I did go ahead and switch out Monferno as we haven't really seen it being used that much in the recent battles. So I think it's time for us to go ahead and try to use it a bit more over here. Alright, thankfully Beautifly is still asleep and Dustox is okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna go down over there, but it did survive with 1 HP. I did decide to take down the Beautifly first as it's still in full health. And we have taken it down. Surprisingly, it was a crit hit, but I believe we could have taken it down either way without a crit hit either. Anyway, that means it has given us a lot of EXP and this is pretty good. As you can see, most of my team members have leveled up. And of course, the Clefairy goes down, sadly. I'm really happy that Lucas has a Clefairy. I didn't get a chance to use it, but I'm glad he did at least. Alright, the second Pokemon is a Stunky, which is really cool and really bad for the Kadabra that Lucas has. That was a really bad switch over there, but I guess we are gonna be, targeting Stunky to take it down. I'm actually hoping that Kadabra will take down the Dustox over here. And unfortunately, for some reason, it used Reflect. Really not necessary as it could have easily taken down the Dustox and now it has gained health. Well, I guess we have to use our Monferno to take it down as well. Pretty bad over there, but anyway, we are able to take it down in this turn, which is good. Alright, let's see which Pokemon this trainer has next. I believe it's something like a Bronzor maybe, since the other trainer did use a Stunky. Alright, he had a Krogunk. Not bad. I really like Krogunk, but I don't think I need another fighting type Pokemon in my team. We already have Monferno and Meditite and it would be rather redundant. Thankfully, we were able to take it down in 1 hit as well, so that is really good. Alright, we have defeated the Team Galactic runs. Now, you might know that there is a headquarters right here in Veilstone City for Team Galactic members. But we won't be going through the headquarters right now. We will be coming back on a later stage. I guess after we get our 6th gym badge, during that time we'll come back and we'll be defeating them at that point. Well, now that we have helped Lucas, I think we can actually leave Veilstone City. But there is one thing that I want to do. There's one more item that we can actually pick up before we leave. It's quite an important TM. I think it's gonna be right in this building. And it's right here. It's actually the TM for fly. From now on, I think we can actually go ahead and fly to different areas if we have this TM. I'm not sure if it does let us fly right away or do we have to get the 4th gem badge. But I don't think it's that important. We don't really need to go ahead and use it immediately. But it's quite cool that we have it. Now I do apologize for the sound that you might hear in the background. It's raining heavily again over here. But we have finally made our way to Route 214. This is really cool as we are able to get a few new encounters in this route. You know, talking about encounters, it actually reminds me that I still have to get my encounter in Route 210, 215 and I think Floroma Meadow. Anyway, here we have our first trainer for Route 214. Now I did decide that I'll go ahead and battle all the trainers before I get my encounter in this route. There are a few Pokemon that I can actually get. I think it's gonna be between Stunky and Girafarig. The rest of the Pokemon that I've already caught. And we do have a water source over here, so we might be able to get some Pokemon through fishing as well. And of course we still have the honey trees. But I'm actually hoping we'll get a Stunky over here, which will be a really good addition to my team. I really need a poison and dark type Pokemon in my team, so catching it would actually be the one of the team members for me. So I'm actually hoping for that. If we don't get it and get a Girafarig, oh well, I guess we'll try in another route. But it seems like this trainer does have a Mischievous, so that's quite nice. And of course it almost took down my Meditite. I did have to switch out, but it's quite cool to see one over here. Anyway, it seems like this is still the evening settings, which I'm really happy about. I've told this multiple times, but I cannot stop talking about the evening setting in this game. It's amazing and I really like it. I mean, the background in each and every route looks amazing with this evening settings. Anyway, we are able to take down the Mischievous as well, and I think that's all the Pokemon she has. Now there is another tunnel in this route. That means we'll actually get 2 encounters for Route 214, which is really helpful. I need few of the new team members anyway. And as you might know, I'm still not keeping Meditite as my team member, even though I'm actually using it yet still in my team. I might actually switch it out soon. I still don't think it's a good thing to have 2 fighting types in the same team. But I'm actually hoping if it does evolve soon, then I don't really have to, switch it out. But if it doesn't evolve within the end of this episode, I might actually switch it out. Alright, here is the next trainer, and it seems like it's a PI. I think this is a new NPC added for this game, and I don't think we had this one before. Looks pretty cool and I really like it as well. If I'm gonna be any kind of NPC in the Pokemon world, I definitely think I'll be this one. But I don't think I'll have the same Pokemon that this trainer has. Goldeen is really not in my team or my list. I don't really like it. It's not that good as it's just a plain water type. Anyway, let's see which other Pokemon this trainer has. And of course he has a second Goldeen. Now I really don't get why some NPCs have the same Pokemons multiple times in their team. I mean, isn't that supposed to be like redundant and really bad for typing? But I guess it's easier for us since we do have a electric type Pokemon. Alright, this NPC right here had 3 Goldeens. I have this game doesn't disappoint me at all. At first it was a Magikarp, then it was a Bidoof, and now it's a Goldeen. I wonder which other trainers we get. Anyway, we have defeated him. Alright, that was a lot of Pokemon as well. It seems quite good. I think they gave us the same as, Pokemon collectors do. Like this guy over here. Alright, he seems to have a Ponyta that is quite cool. I still think my Lakshmi can take it down as well, so we can still use it. I rarely usually switch out my team members because I'm pretty sure that the current team member can actually take the Pokemon down. It's only in a rare case where there might be a strong Pokemon that I tend to actually switch out. Other than that, I have been trying to level up everyone onto the same level. As you can see, I did decide to switch in the Badoo back again. It's still in my team now. And I'm just trying to gain a few, friendship points for it. I was afraid that at this point, if I don't get the Stunky, then I might end up using the Badoo as it's a grass and poison type. I don't have a grass type in my team yet, so it would do fine if I don't catch a Stunky. Anyway, here he has a second Ponyta. I guess this trainer has all 3 Ponytas, so that might be the case at this point. It always seems like whenever there is a collector trainer, they have the same Pokemon at least 3 or 4 times. Anyway, we have defeated this trainer as well. Alright, it seems like in each and every game there is a route that looks like a maze. We have had it before in the other games as well, and we have one over here as Route 214. It's quite nice to see that people are still taking up the same kind of routes. Anyway, here is a Wormadam. So this is the first time we're actually seeing one. I think we haven't yet caught a Burmy for ourselves either, so it's quite nice to see a Wormadam, its evolution over here. Alright, I did decide to actually switch out to Manferno as it will have a better chance of taking down this Wormadam. I think Wormadam is a unique Pokemon, just like how Burmy is. I really like the way that it does evolve into different kinds of Pokemons in different areas, as well as depending on its gender. I did wish that they would have had the same kind what they have for Burmy females for the Burmy male as well. Unfortunately, if it's a Burmy male, then it will only evolve into a Mothim. I wish there was a different forms for Mothims as well, but I guess not. Anyway, it seems like our Luxray has evolved into level 33, which is really good. I did want to learn Volt Switch, but I'm not really sure if I want to teach it that move right now. Anyway, I have been running around and picking up a few of these hidden items as well. I think they have been quite good till now, but we have to still see in the future. Other than that, here is another Psychic. Alright, I was not expecting for so many Psychic trainers in this route, but it's nice to see one anyway. This one actually has a Haunter, which is really cool. We have been only seeing Ghastly till now, and seeing Haunter's evolution over here helps my Pokédex entry as well. And let's see what next Pokemon he has. Alright, it's a Kadabra. Very good. I think I've already encountered an Abra with a trainer. Having Kadabra being encountered over here in 214 is really good. We do have a chance of catching this Pokemon way back in Route 215, just outside of Veilstone City. But I decided that I don't want any more Psychic type Pokemons. I already have a lot of them in the box. So that's the reason why I'm not really catching this one. Anyway, let me quickly go ahead and pick up the other items and we can move on. Okay, here we have another collector trainer. Pretty cool. And let's see what Pokemons he has. This one has a Roselia. That's pretty cool. This is what we are really trying to get with our Badoo. And I think we have a lot of way to go through because Badu is one of those Pokemons that will take a long time to evolve into Roselia unless if you have a Soothe Bell. Now if there is any way to get a Soothe Bell before this, which I do not know about, please let me know. I really want to make sure I have a Roselia just in case if something happens to my Stunky or if I'm not able to catch one in this route. Either way, it's quite nice to see that this trainer has 3 Roselias. I think I might try and make a deal with him, try to actually switch out a Roselia with Badu. But sadly, that's not possible over here. If it was, I would have definitely done that. Anyway, here is the last Roselia. Alright, we were easily able to take down all 3 of them with a flame wheel, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, this last one had a poison point. That is bad. I'm not sure if I have an antidote, but I'll go ahead and use one after this. Alright, all of my team members are at a pretty good level and I'm really glad about that. And of course, it's quite disappointing that my Metatite is still not evolving. I believe it might evolve around level 40, which is quite far for it. But while picking up an item over here, which is actually a max potion, I was able to encounter a Stunky. So this is really good. I'm really glad that we were able to encounter one in this route. And let me actually try and catch it first. I do not want to be too happy and then just accidentally kill it. Thankfully, it didn't go down over there for the body slam. I was really worried. But that's actually pretty good. That's a pretty good HP for me to actually try and catch it. I did decide to use a Great Ball instead of a Pokeball. I did not want to lose this Stunky, so let's see if we can catch it. And we did. Alright, so this is amazing. Finally, we have our 5th team member. It's gonna be a Stunky and I'm really happy with this one. Let me actually add it to my team and we can move on. Alright, this is very surprising. It seems like this Pokemon actually has Pokerus. That's quite weird. I have never encountered any of my Pokemons that I've caught before having Pokerus. And it has spread to my other team members. Okay, I was not expecting this, but apparently the Stunky that I caught had Pokerus. It seems like I'm getting quite lucky with this whole Nuzlocke challenge. I mean, first we had the shiny Shinx and now we are having a Stunky with Pokerus. So that's actually quite weird. Seems like none of my team members actually in the box have it, but I think they'll have it if any one of my other team members are placed over there. So it's quite nice. Anyway, I think we can actually move on. I did add my Stunky to my team and I believe we have an item for it as well, which is the Poison Barb. As you can see, it's right over there. So I'll go ahead and equip that as well. Now we still have around 2 to 3 trainers in this route. So I think I'll just go ahead and quickly defeat all of them. The first one is right here with a Sheldon. This is the second time I'm actually seeing this very cute Pokemon. Very soon we'll still get to see its evolution form as well. So that is actually pretty good. Anyway, I did decide to bring my Gastrodon up in front. This is mainly because it's the only Pokemon that's a bit lacking behind. So I did want it to actually get a few EXPs as well. Well, we have taken down the Sheldon. Alright, let's move on forward. Now, I believe there is one more hidden item in this route that I forgot to actually pick up. I feel like Route 214 is quite open. You can actually go through both of these routes. They do end up at the end of the route. You can actually, if you want to skip out all the trainers, I feel like the left side route is much easier. But if you do want to actually go ahead and, battle all the trainers in this route, then I usually prefer to go from the right side, which actually has a fence and it's easy for us to actually battle all the trainers over there. Anyway, here we have the third collector in this route, and this guy seems to have a Buzzle. I guess he has 2 more Buzzles as well. So let me actually go ahead and switch out my Luxray. Even though I know that Gastrodon can easily take down the Buzzle, I feel like we should be using, Luxray. Why not? Anyway, thankfully, I'm really happy about the ability for Luxray as well. It does have Intimidate, and that is actually gonna help us a lot, especially in the champion battle. Alright, here we have taken down the Buzzle. That is pretty good. We do have 2 more that we do have to actually take down. So let me actually make quick work of it as well. I'm quite happy we did get the TM for Thunderbolt. Now, I don't really know if Luxray naturally learns this move at some point, but I decided that it's better not to wait for it to learn. Anyway, he does have 3 Buzzles. This is the third one. I wish at least one of them would have been evolved form, but I think we won't be able to find it over here. Anyway, now that we have defeated him as well, we can actually move on. Of course, there is one small area in this route that's actually not a part of this route, a separate cave. And we will actually get another encounter over there, so I'm actually quite excited for that. Anyway, here we have the last trainer of this route, and he is gonna have a Cranidos. Alright, so this is quite cool. I mean, we have only seen Cranidos once till now, and that was from the first gym leader Rourke. But here we have another one. Now, I haven't yet been able to find a Cranidos in my original playthrough, so this is another Pokemon that I have been still struggling quite a lot to find. But at least this trainer had one of them, so it's quite nice. Anyway, the second Pokemon is a Geodude, who we can at least take down. Unfortunately, it did have Sturdy, which is really annoying. I feel like Pokemons with Sturdy do nothing else. They just, spend a turn, just waste it out. Anyway, we are easily able to take it down as it doesn't really do that much damage on my Gastrodon. Alright, let's see what Pokemon he has next. I think he had 3 of them, if I remember. And it seems like Gastrodon is actually learning Muddy Water. So that's quite cool. I'll go ahead and teach it. Now, it's not that reliable. I remember that Muddy Water used to usually, miss out a lot. So I might actually, switch it out if I do get another move. But for now, I think it's pretty good. Alright, the third Pokemon was a Bronzor, and we were able to take it down as well. Thankfully, Muddy Water didn't actually miss in this turn, so that's nice. And we have defeated all the trainers in Route 214. Alright. Now that we have done that, I think we can actually move on. I do not want to step into the grass as I do not have any spells right now. I wish I had bought a few, but I don't think I have, so it's better to go through this route. Anyway, here is the cave entrance that I was mentioning. It's actually called the Ruin Mania Cave, and there is only one encounter that I can get over here. It's actually a Hippopotas. And I believe there are only 2 Pokemons in this cave. One is gonna be the Hippopotas and the other one is Geodude. So let me quickly run around and try to encounter a Hippopotas, which is actually really rare. I think it's only 10% chance of finding one. So let me quickly try and see if I can catch one. Finally, I was able to find a Hippopotas after 5 to 10 minutes of just running around. It's quite rare, like I said. And this time it seems like I did find a male Hippopotas. Now you might know that the color scheme for both male and female Hippopotas is quite different, and I usually tend to prefer the coloring scheme for the female Hippopotas, but I guess we are gonna catch the one that we get. Anyway, I think having Luxio up in front is not gonna help us. And I'm sorry if I said Luxio, it's supposed to be Luxray. I keep forgetting that. And let's see if we can catch it with my Starivia, who hasn't yet evolved into Staractor. I believe it will evolve at level 36 and it's quite close. Anyway, I will try and not accidentally kill this hippopotas. And to be honest, I have never used it. It's one of those Pokemons that I never felt like using before. So I guess if I do get a chance to add it to my team over here, I will try and use it as well. Hippopotas is just a plain ground type Pokemon, and if you're a big fan of ground type Pokemon, I would definitely recommend this Pokemon. It is quite strong and it does get some really good moves as well. And of course its ability is kind of like this, like Sandstream or something like that. So you might have to just look out for that one. It's a bit trickier of an ability to use, but if you use it right, it will actually help you a lot. Anyway, I did decide to actually, wake up my Starivia over here. In normal circumstances, I don't really care, but at this point, I just wanted to, waste a turn, because you won't be able to really throw a Pokeball whenever it's in between the deck turns, so I did have to do that. Anyway, let's see if we catch it. And we do. Alright, we have got a Hippopotas. This is pretty cool. We have got 2 Pokemons in our team. I'll go ahead and add this into my box for now. And I think since we have gone through the Route 214, I think it's a good place for me to end out this episode as well. You know what? I'll actually make my way to Valor Lakefront, which is a bit further than this. So once we go over there, we can actually end out this episode. Now, over here in Valor Lakefront, we will still get another encounter. But I think I won't get the encounter for now. I might come at a later stage to get that. But here we are. I think this is actually a perfect place for me to actually end out this episode. If you guys have been watching it to the end, please like, share and subscribe to this video. It actually helps me a lot. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.